We're going live.
Oh, good.
Pray silence. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Across the planet.
What are we talking about?
The great spaceship Earth that we call our home. Sharon Tracy Dunn, the director of the cross-border Orchestra, is with me now. As indeed is Patricia Jordan, who's the Northern Ireland coordinator of the cross-border Orchestra, is with me now. You're in preparation mode, girls, ladies, for the Belfast Peace Proms.
We are indeed, yeah.
What is that about?
Well, it's a project that we started actually around the year 2000. No, would that be right? No, it would be. It has developed over the years. So it started initially as a small project to get choirs together from different backgrounds and different schools in different communities. And we would select some songs with a message of peace, hope, harmony, that kind of thing. Hope for the future, about the potential of young people. We get the schools to learn these songs, and then we bring them together to sing with the cross-border orchestra.
Wow.
So initially it started with maybe 200 children involved, and it has grown and grown and grown. So this year we have over 60 schools.
Yeah, well, actually 70 schools.
70 schools.
70
Right
schools.
across the island.
No, just from Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland.
Yes.
Where did
Yeah.
you get 70 schools?
70
for goodness
schools,
sake?
split evenly between Catholic schools and Protestant schools.
My
And
goodness,
so there's,
well done.
there's over 2,500 children involved in total. So
Yeah.
they have been preparing this program of songs since September in schools, and they're all coming together on Sunday the 8th of February in the Odyssey Arena in Belfast to sing with the cross-border orchestra of
Odyssey
Ireland.
Arena, Sunday,
Odyssey Arena, Sunday the 8th of February
8th of February.
at 3 p.m.
Place to be.
Place to be, nowhere else to be on that
No,
Sunday.
yeah,
Yes.
just ring fence that,
Yeah.
you know, and then by the time you get home in the evening, the dinner will be cooked in the slow oven, and you'll settle down to reminisce and remember
Of
the
what an
wonderment
extraordinary
of the afternoon.
occasion it was.
But sure, it is
absolutely.
that. You know what you guys do is wonderful.
Yeah,
you know.
it should be. It's fabulous. Actually, we've been trying to get a balance between the schools and get equal engagement,
Yeah.
from the communities. And
So give me a notion of some of the works that you'll be performing on the day.
well, one of the key
You see
ones,
the way I said that? I didn't simply say of the songs you'll be singing. There's a certain sophistication
It is
there, I
kind
rather
of,
think.
yeah, songs of
So
the
what
same.
will you be doing?
Well, one of the songs, for example, is "Let There Be Peace."
Let there be peace.
Let
Where
there
does
be
that go?
peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Ah, yeah. Well, that's the secret of everything, isn't
Yeah.
it? You
With
know, I
every
am
breath
peace.
I take. Exactly. Yeah.
If I'm not peace, I'm war.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah. So that's
that's
one of them. And there's another beautiful song. It's called "I Was Here," and it's all about that you want to do something that'll impact in a positive way on the community around you and
Yeah.
on your your fellow countrymen. And it's all about the potential of young people and making that decision that you're going to try to do something valuable with your life and something worthwhile. And it kind of says, I mightn't be Van Gogh or whatever,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm going to do my best to make a difference. So it's songs like that. And we also
it's
do
just
lots of fun songs,
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
there's One Direction medley thrown in there just for fun as well.
Wonder. Oh, that's a musical group. Yeah, I don't know about these things. I don't know. About
Yeah, so-
Patricia, you're in the north. You've been orchestrating these wonderful schools.
And we're very lucky. We have every county in the north represented. That's
Yeah.
why we have so many schools. And
And did you simply write out to the headmasters and mistresses and say, look, this is a project. I think it suits our society at the moment. We want you with us.
Yeah.
How did that work?
well, we actually contact the schools before June, and the schools apply online then. And then we contact them again before September, make sure that they're signed up for the programme, and then the orchestra actually provides all the musical material they need. The words, the music, a DVD of the actions, so the schools can start
So
practicing
they're
this.
rehearsal in the
They're
school
rehearsing
away.
hard from
Yeah.
September and getting more enthusiastic about it as they
Yeah.
go on. And then the orchestra organises a venue, and we bring all the children to that venue to rehearse with the conductor himself and to go through the movements. And then they meet some of the kids that they're actually going to be singing with on the day. So we were in Belfast 2 days last week. We had 4 workshops, over 600 kids at each workshop. And I thought it was amazing, all these tiny kids coming in thinking this room was big, and I thought, wait
Where
till
do
they get to
see
the
it?
Odyssey,
Honestly.
you know.
But
So-
you know, I know why you're involved. You're a musician from the tip of your toes to the top
Yeah,
of your
it's
head.
music
But
or
you,
nothing for me. Yeah.
You, what's
Why am I
your
involved?
comment?
I'm involved because my daughter's a musician from the tip of her
It
toes.
was ever thus, wasn't
Yeah.
it? We were pulled by our children
Yes,
into
that's
these
it.
things. Yeah.
And we were introduced to the CBOI when Amy sang with them in Primary 5, I think it was, with St Joseph's Primary School in Bestbrook down
Yes.
in Newry Town Hall,
Yeah.
or City Hall.
City Hall, yeah.
And then she just wanted to be part of the orchestra and has been for the last, now this is Amy's third national tour.
Wow.
And that last October was her first international tour with the orchestra when we went to play in Carnegie Hall.
Why, tell me if you would, Sharon Tracy Dunn, about Carnegie Hall. You know, the old question, how do you get to Carnegie
Yeah.
Hall? You practice, practice, and practice. And
Absolutely.
That about shakes it down, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
totally. That's exactly it.
What was the experience
Well,
there
we
like?
were in Carnegie Hall first in 2005,
Yeah.
and we had an extraordinary experience then, because when you go to America, the entire Irish American community comes out with open arms and enormous support,
My
and they
goodness.
really surround you. And when you walk into that hall, when you walk out on the stage, you can feel the entire audience just wanting you to be brilliant and wanting it to be a fantastic occasion. So it was an extraordinary event in 2005. And I kind of thought ever since, you know, it was probably just luck. We'd never be able to do it a second time.
Oh,
you
no.
know,
Yeah,
you think
yeah.
You think it's done once. You know, can we do it again? So we decided we'd go for it again last October, and it was twice the experience.
My goodness. Were you there as well?
Oh, I was there, yes.
My God.
Yes,
We
very
got 10
proud.
standing ovations from that audience in Carnegie.
10
Yeah.
standing ovations
10
is a
standing
concert in
ovations.
itself.
It's absolutely
You
amazing.
know.
And that's what's so wonderful about the audiences there. You know, they think it's fabulous and they are not afraid to show it. They are
Yeah.
on their feet, clapping and applauding. And for the kids in the orchestra,
Yeah.
I mean, it must have been the most incredible experience and feeling ever.
Hold that thought. We're taking a break. Back with that in a moment.
Destination Newry. Keep it on. We're back in moments.
Bellini's Bar and Restaurant, Merchants Quay, Newry. Experience the passion of Bellini's in our Venetian-themed bar and restaurant. Home of great music, great atmosphere, and great food. It's time to get dressed up and enjoy a night in Bellini's. For a quiet drink, first-class dining experience, or dance the night away to the best live music, it has to be Bellini's. And don't forget our Renaissance Suite for banquets, weddings, or conferences. Find Bellini's on Merchants Quay, Newry. Check our website for more, bellinisnewry.com.
Hughes Complex in Camla has come a long way since it opened as a small shop in the village in 1984. The family-run business has now over 70 employed in the multi-store complex, with 11 shops now leasing outlets under the one roof, including a post office service. Local entrepreneur Jim Hughes is at the helm of the fast-growing business, with plans for development in the pipeline, ensuring employment in the area as well as a convenient one-stop shop for all his customers' needs. Hughes Supermarket is now a NISA branded store with all the discounts that the brand is known for, with flyers sent to homes across the district on a weekly basis, with ample car parking space provided at the complex for your convenience and easy access. The entire complex of shops would like to take this opportunity to thank all their customers for their loyalty and support over the years, to make Hughes a centre for the whole community since 1984.
If you want to watch this show from the comfort of your home on your TV, then all you have to do is get your hands on our brand new Roku box, where you can watch all the amazing shows we have here at Destination Newry. Simply get yours now by calling us on 028 308 34010 and get yours today.
Destination. You've reached your destination.
I want to tell you about a very great event, and it's the Cross-Border Orchestra of Ireland in the Belfast Peace Proms in the, where is it? The
Odyssey Arena
in Belfast on a Sunday.
3 o'clock on Sunday, the 8th of February.
Be there and enjoy it, because
Yeah.
it's a huge, it's not just it's a huge experience.
Yeah, it's a huge experience. So there's about 150 musicians in the orchestra,
Wow.
between the orchestra and pipe bands. We have pipe bands from the Ulster Scots Agency Juvenile Band and Colm Kill's pipe band from Derry.
Yeah.
We have
That's
the
as
winner.
cross-community as you can get, I tell you.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. We have the winner of the National Soloist Competition 2014, Megan Ruby Walsh from County Meath. We have one of the tenors from Celtic Thunder, which is huge all over the world, well, America and Australia. Emmett Cahill, he's singing with us. We have Colm Riley, who is also from New York, but his parents would have been natives of Armagh and Cavan.
Yes,
and he
yes.
spent an awful lot of time growing up over here and
Yeah.
over and back between the border and in South Armagh and so on. He's coming over to sing as well and do compere. My sister Patricia Tracy will be playing the violin.
And Paddy?
Paddy Martin
Yes.
will be our Uilleann Piper
Oh,
from
lovely,
Enniskeane, County
lovely.
Monaghan.
Yep.
So it's a massive production, and then you have your choir of 2,500 children.
And
from all
Patricia,
over.
Patricia Jordan, those children are coming from every tradition on the island.
Every tradition on the island, and they're coming from small places like Carrickfergus, Cushendall, Enniskillen, Donaghcloney,
Yeah.
everywhere.
I love
that
the way
can
you
think
so
of.
easily link Enniskillen and Donaghcloney as small places.
Yes, I know. I could have went down, like Clocker,
Yeah,
to
yeah,
them
yeah,
all,
yeah. But
I'd
you've
have
got
been here
them
all
all.
day,
And
they're
these
all in
kids,
my
these
head.
youngsters have been working hard on the
Yeah,
rehearsals,
they
getting
have.
this act together.
Very enthusiastically. They were great last week in the workshops.
Yeah.
Teachers have been working really hard with them.
Yeah.
And the kids are really up for it,
Yeah, but your heart, Sharon, must be in your mouth a little bit, because up to now they're mostly rehearsing
Yeah.
remote from each other.
Yeah,
Now you're
absolutely.
waiting for that moment.
Yeah.
And that can be either a moment of glory or a moment of, but it's glory always.
Yeah, it is actually. It's
Yeah.
glory always, because you cannot beat the sound of children's voices for a start.
Yeah.
And it's
They're there's a purity, they're untarnished, they're unbroken, I was going to say, and by
Yeah.
the world and the rubbish of the world.
It's all of that. They are full of joy and energy and enthusiasm and spirit. And it's just this wall of song and joy that radiates from them when they start singing.
Yeah.
And they are buzzing. They are buzzing.
yeah.
And it's so infectious. It is so infectious. And these concerts, they're 2.5 hours long, and it goes like that.
I can see
It just
this.
goes like
Yeah.
that. And you end up, the kids in the orchestra come off the stage going, "Oh, is it over? Is it over? It
But that's
went
the
too
real.
fast.
That's
It
the
went
real.
too fast."
That's the real sign of success.
Yeah,
That the
exactly.
children have loved it. They're doing something that's not forced on them in any sense.
I think the other thing that comes across that people don't actually realise until they're involved and they're there in the and the audience experiencing it,
Yeah.
is the emotional impact it has on the adults in the audience, and it goes deep into your heart, and you think about your country, you think about what you've been through if you have grown through the troubles, and that your kids are fortunate enough, although this country tends to teeter on the brink all the time, and we're aware of it as a generation who has lived through it, although we don't really express that to our kids, you know.
Yeah.
But you're always aware that it's always teetering on the edge,
Yeah.
and we're so lucky to still hold on to peace. And then that comes across, and you hear this vibrancy and this hope and this innocence coming out of the mouths of the babes on the stage.
Wow, that's a
and
lovely way to put it.
That's very emotional.
That's a lovely
you know?
way to put it, because I was sort of, that is huge, and it's we're very successful.
Yeah.
When did you stick a violin under your chin and onto your shoulder?
Well, I started playing the piano when I was
Oh, you're
8.
piano, not violin.
I played the violin as well, but I started on the piano when I was about 8, and then I started playing the violin when I was 12 or 13.
Right. What's the genesis? What was the seed that?
It was my mother. My mother was just the most absolutely beautiful singer. She's 82 now. She's still a beautiful singer. She still has a very young voice, and she's very energetic, incredible person, you know. So she would have been the one who, she went to school in Enniskillen, into the convent, where there was an awful lot of music, huge emphasis on music.
That was Michael's.
Her mother.
St. Michael's in Enniskillen, I
it
think.
was
It's
the
something.
Mercy.
The Mercy,
in Enniskillen. Her mother was a fabulous singer, apparently.
Yeah.
She, you know, sang in the church choir, played the church organ. So it has come down through the generations. And for Mommy, it would have been so important to send us to music lessons.
Yeah.
So that's where it
What's
came.
her take? What's her take now on the cross-border orchestra? She must be proud as punch.
Yeah, her own mother died quite young. She was in her 50s, and she is so grateful that she is alive to see this.
Yeah, will she be there?
She would be in the Odyssey. 2 years
Wow.
ago, we sang Happy Birthday to her for her 80th birthday.
That's
In the
gorgeous.
waterfront.
From
I
the
love
stage
that.
in the waterfront
I love
hall.
that.
Yeah.
That's
So,
lovely.
you
Yeah.
know, and I just say to her, it's all your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, talking about responsibilities on the day, you have a conductor,
Yes,
you have a director.
yes.
Who's gainsaying whom? What way does it work out? Who's got the final shout?
Now, Rowan, I'm the boss.
You're the boss. You look at this woman. I love it. I'm the boss. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Yeah.
I know.
How does that work out? Your task is
It's the overall management
Of
and
the
running
project.
of the entire project
yeah,
from start
yeah,
to finish.
yeah.
Now, we have an extraordinary group of volunteers, parents, of which
Just-
Patricia is one. An extraordinary group of volunteers who do a phenomenal amount of work and take on roles like Patricia has taken on as Northern Ireland coordinator. It could not function without
Yeah.
those parents and those volunteers.
Yeah.
They break their backs
Yeah.
to make it happen.
Well done.
Yeah.
3 cheers for the volunteers.
Absolutely.
Hip hip.
Yeah,
Hooray.
standing ovation
Hip,
to
hip.
volunteers.
Hooray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hip, hip.
So
Hooray.
It's
They
worth
make it
it.
work.
It's worth it when we see our kids perform on the
Yeah.
stage, and the enjoyment and the growth in them on it. It's well
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah.
So we don't mind selling the tickets and picking
No,
up the
indeed.
rubbish.
Indeed,
No.
Yeah.
indeed.
So-
But in if you take the kind of bubble in which this all occurs, the orchestra, if you take the reason for it coming into existence, the raison d'etre,
Yeah.
if you take all of that, is it possible this far down the road to put your arms around whatever benefit to society has come from it? Is it possible to say, we are a better community for these young people of the cross-border orchestra? And how do you quantify that?
Yeah, I think without question we're a better community, because the young people that come through the orchestra itself, they might be there, some of them might be there for 5, 10 years, 12 years, some of them are there. And what they learn about the history of the island. They learn about the culture of the island. They live that history and they live that culture. They learn to care. They learn to give. They learn what their hard work provides for everybody else, because it's their hard work that is providing this huge project for
Yeah.
almost 20,000 children across the island.
My goodness.
Right, so they learn to be givers and not takers, because we have a lot of takers in society and they just
Yes, we
take.
have, we
yeah,
have,
so they learn to be
yeah.
givers. They learn the benefit of really hard work, the benefits of discipline, and they become the most extraordinary, confident, committed, dedicated, understanding, generous, and giving young
To what
people.
extent do you find that there are ongoing friendships which find seedbed in the orchestra?
Mostly they end up being friends for life. The children that come
My
through the
goodness.
orchestra,
We
they end
just-
up being friends for life.
We just heard recently that one of the members got engaged to one of the girls he met in the orchestra.
Wow. So romance is in the air.
Romance is in the air. They got engaged.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And you're
So-
6 days before, that's that commercial feast of romance. What is it called? Valentine's Day.
That's
the
right.
Yeah.
14th,
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, that's amazing that they're meeting and they're
And
sculpting
they're
out a life
staying,
together.
they're staying friends for life.
Yeah,
then
that's
you know.
gorgeous.
Yeah, and even when they've emigrated, as a lot of them have, and they're all
Yeah.
around the world, they're still those young people that met in the orchestra. They're still best friends.
And for a young person to have on your curriculum vitae that you're a member of the Ulster, the Cross-Border Orchestra of Ireland, that's a huge thing.
Oh,
you know.
it's huge.
It is,
It's huge.
yeah.
Because the effort and the work that they put in, the level
Yeah.
of commitment is just, you wouldn't see it anywhere else.
Uh-huh.
And then they still have to keep up their schoolwork and their
Yeah.
studies and everything else as well.
Patricia, how do they regard it at the school of your young lassie? Is she still on the orchestra?
Oh yes, yes. This
Yeah.
is she's 14 now,
Yeah.
and she's now a pupil of Newbridge Integrated College in Loch Brickland.
That's the journey continues.
The journey
Newbridge
continues,
integration.
yes.
I love this.
Integration.
That's what
yes,
we're all about.
Yeah.
So the school is very supportive of it,
Yeah.
and are very proud of her. And you know they've recognised her at the school for actually being a member of the
Fantastic,
orchestra,
yeah.
and it has really helped her in her confidence and her independence. And she loves it. I mean, we threw everything at them, not last week, but the Sunday before. They had a 7-hour practice, you know, and an adult would crawl through it, but you know,
7 hours.
yeah, and they come out of it and they're buzzing. And
Well, you're a champion mother. You're a champion volunteer. You're
Yeah.
a worker with it. But can I ask you if there's a note of music in your own head?
well, I went to piano.
Wow.
Yeah, my
so
mother.
did I, but I can't play it today. I do know what I remember about piano. Now, tell me if I'm right here. FACE.
Yes.
E, G, B, D, and F.
Well done.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Every good
Do you know
boy
how long
deserves
I'm
fun.
going back? I'm going back 60 years.
Well
and I've
done.
Just, it has, you know, and I can still go, do, 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 something simple on the piano. But I have a son, I have a grandson who's going to New York in the spring as part of his university course. He's going with Camp America. He's going to teach music to people with Down syndrome. Michael,
Very good.
Good morning, Michael. Michael McCartan, and he's an organist over at the Dominican as well. He's only a boy. He's only
Fantastic.
Yeah, so he's a good lad, you know.
Yeah.
And music, I see the joy of it, and I so regret never not.
You
having
find that
music.
with musicians, but they are good people.
Yeah.
You know, they have hearts, and when it comes
Yeah.
to music, they give all the time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
if they get enough to survive, and
Yeah,
that,
it's all
you know,
about-
it's
yeah,
not about the money; it's
absolutely.
about what they can give
I
out
know,
of it.
Yeah,
You know.
absolutely.
So, I
I
mean-
want to thank you for coming in. You're great people.
Pleasure, Rowan.
Can I
Thank you
just
for
say
having
to you,
us.
Rowan, as
You
well?
can say anything you want.
On the stage,
Yes.
we're very blessed to have the Rooney O'Malley Maguire School of Irish Dancing.
Wow.
Those will be our dancers. There's a troupe of them coming to dance both in the RDS in Dublin this weekend
Wow.
and in the Odyssey Arena in Belfast. So we're
Fantastic.
delighted.
They're
They always
sensational.
support it. Yeah.
Do you know that once, I might have told you this, I danced across the gates, right across the road in front of the gates of Michael Flatley's castle.
Did he see you?
No, but it was, I'll tell you what,
In Cork?
it was a cutaway shot in a nationwide documentary I was making. And it was a woman who was dancing her way down the length of Ireland.
Very
And I
good.
said, we're on the trail of this woman, and we'll go and find her now. And then the next shot, you see, across the front of the gate and disappear on the other side. It was very, very funny. Thanks for coming in.
Pleasure.
We'll
Thanks-
remind them
thanks for
again.
having us.
Now, it is a Sunday in February. It is the 8th of February.
3 p.m.
3
Odyssey
p.m.
Arena, Belfast.
Odyssey Arena, Belfast.
Tickets flying out the door.
Absolutely, absolutely. And these
Yeah,
two,
tickets from the Odyssey Arena box office directly.
and these two women, beautiful people, Patricia Jordan,
Thank you.
and Sharon Tracy Dunn. Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
Rowan.
coming in. We'll see you on the 8th. All the best. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Destination Newry. Keep it on.